Hello and welcome to another Kamen Rider SH Figuarts review. This is Kamen Rider Orga from the Fies movie, Paradise Lost, I think it was called. Pretty good, especially the director's cut. Now if I can just get the HD version of the director's cut, I would be quite happy. But nope, there's no such thing, so damn it. And here's a quick look at the back of this Tamashii Web exclusive box, because this is what it is. It is a Tamashii Web exclusive. Same as Saiga, but Saiga came out long ago, and I am wondering if they only just released this now, because this was showed at a showroom a long time ago, but they released it now, as well as this main character's orphanate form and monster form after the actor died. So, suspicious. Open up the flaps, you see the box is actually a pretty standard style box for the Fies line. You got the fine little line thing going down there, the text printed in kind of goldish color to match with his suit, and you got a silhouette and the image of the suit there. SH Figuarts is new standard figure series that incorporates the Bandai action figure art under the theme pursuing character expression through humanoid action. Fies logo there with the Gikshuban Paradise Lost tagline going on, Tamashii World exclusive, Tamashii Nations, and it goes Bandai and Toei. Just look at the top of the box, again just saying Kamen Rider Orga, and the bottom of the box. I actually got this for a pretty decent price because I picked up the last copy from the Hong Kong shop called Jingban in Shomshui Po. And of course, so it wasn't being sold for really ludicrous prices. The price of this has already gone up about 100 Hong Kong dollars since buying it, so I am quite lucky to see it. And actually, I went there to pick up Captain Phasma. I was like, what is this? I see this, I must pick this up. Yoink. So I actually bought this first because I didn't have enough cash on me, and then I ran to the cash machine and went back to get the Captain Phasma because this was the last box, so hey, I'm definitely picking this up. And yeah, a few shots of the suit right there, or the action figure suit, not the actual suit from the movie. Put this out, and since this is actually a pretty old style figure based on the old Fies mold, as well as being a figure that was announced quite a while ago. It got some interesting things here. So the box itself is more stylized with the newer SH Figuarts, with the front plastic cover only right at the top there, not coming down. However, the instruction sheet is a little baggy like they used to do. They don't do that anymore, and honestly I don't care if they do or not. I think it's a bit of a waste of plastic doing it. It's not like you really want to protect these instruction sheets, nor do they really get damaged in these boxes anyway, so yeah. So opening this up, because be a little bit careful because you have a lot of tiny little phones there, but you can see nothing really popped out too easily, so that's good. I think this, yeah, a few hands moved a bit, but everything's still intact. So while this is a newly released figure, technically it's an old figure with a lot of things based on older Fies stuff, which I guess is fine in long terms, because you know there's not going to be a new version 2.0 of this guy or Saiga or most of the Fies figures, so that's fine. It matches other Fies stuff, including die-cast feet, as well as weird drumstick Fies legs, which was a complaint for a lot of people. Good thing is, overall the figure wasn't too bad. So just like Fies, you can expect him to have a belt with the phone and the little memory slab. I forgot what you call that little chip thing. And of course you will have the belt without the phone, the belt with the phone without the little memory thing. And he's got a pack there for holding his sword in short form, his sword in fully extended form. He's got the mobile phone in open mode and open form in burst mode. And of course he has the fist hands already attached to the figure, 2 relaxed hands, and of course 2 item holding hands. For the most part, the toy, the DX belts and stuff are all pretty much just remodes, repaints of the Fies gear. So the toys here are mostly the same, apart from the little memory chip that you insert to this. And the paint job on this phone is okay. Kind of wish that the butt, I mean, I guess these days a newer version of these toys will have just a little bit more detail printed on them. Maybe a digital print on the phone surface just to add the numbers and such, or just give it a screen. But you know, it's for what it is right now. It's fine based on like older versions of these toys, and the paint job on the back is actually pretty decent for the most part. Same goes with the phone version. So yeah, it is printed pretty decently. Nothing too. I'm not really complaining. I'm just nitpicking really. And same goes with the belt buckle. It's all the molded details are so a lot of tiny little molded details there. Now, of course you can get like a Gundam pointy tip marker pen and add a little bit more if you just kind of want to, but I don't see the point. I wouldn't do that. I think it's good enough. Some people might not. And here's the sword. Nothing too special with this guy here. It does have a little memory chip inserted to it, but that does look pretty decent. And here's the short, not extended version. You're just looking at this and thinking, how does this extend to that giant sword? Doesn't quite make sense. But hey, that's Kamen Riders for you. As for the little holder for the sword, it doesn't have a bump on the peg or anything. It's literally just a smooth peg that goes in and out. But you can see it is quite tight, so it doesn't fall down right now. At least quite tight for when it's still new. Let me just get this sword and see how well this goes in. Is that the right way? Yep. And yeah, this one holds it quite well. It doesn't fall out or anything. It's got a tight little peg. That's good. So anyway, let's go on to articulation. Now, he does suffer from what older Accessory guys would suffer at, that his tummy is kind of obscured here. It does look a little bit off, just a tiny bit. Oh well, I guess when the version 2 of thighs comes out, you can buy a few more thighs and just replace the legs, and no. Wait, okay, double neck joint there, so 2 ball pegs. You can look down a lot, but not too much up, because the back of his helmet gets in the way. Full rotation there, and sideways. Sideways. Do watch out for the little pins that are coming out, the little hairy pins. They're very thin, so do be careful with those. Compound eyes on the top of the forehead and the eyes are actually pretty good. Really like that a lot. Yeah, definitely feels more like a new engineering type of thing. But again, this little pieces there do come off from the surface of the helmet. They're not glued down to the eyepiece, so do be careful about getting anything, stuck in there. Chest piece is pretty good too. So yeah, ball joint, double ball joints there, and forward, back. Can actually bend quite well, and this whole cape piece doesn't really get in the way. However, if you do try to remove this, he will look very silly underneath. So don't remove this; it does look stupid. You can, remove this, and you can actually remove the belt piece from this. Just detach the body and push the cape piece down. This entire belt can come off, so you can actually have a belt that you can hold, which is pretty cool. Or put the decayed belt on it, and that'd be funny. And shoulder has a ball peg inside there, and goes up, goes down, fully rotation here. Shoulder pad goes up and down across. Double elbow joint doesn't quite rotate, does get stuck after 90 degrees. Hands on little ball peg and a little swiveling joint. Leg goes down, leg goes up, leg goes down, leg goes forward. Feels a little bit loose, but you can see it's not falling down or anything, so that's okay. Leg kind of goes back, cape does get in the way. Double knee joint. Foot is die cast, so you got the old joint, so you got very tight. Left, right, back, forward, and toe joint goes a little bit up. Because you have a very detailed print at the bottom of the feet there. Oh, leg goes back up. And yeah, these belt buckles have a tendency of getting looser the more you play with it, so be careful. And on the back, we got extra articulation here, because these 2 cape pieces, they can move left and right as well as up and down. They're actually on little ball pegs, so you can see the details there are pretty good. On the back as well. And godsend for the die-cast feet, especially with this Kamen Rider, because he has a lot of stuff going on him. The paint job and molding on this guy is pretty good. The molding detail is great. I didn't really see any molding injection points anywhere on the figure, and the paint job is almost 100% spot on. There's a few niggles here and there, but it's mostly nitpicky and nothing that really detracts from the overall look of the figure. So overall, in those 2 terms, I can give them like 99 or 90 points out of 100. However, It's actually, articulations are pretty good for the bulkiness of him. They still managed to keep a lot of articulation on him, and that's pretty good. However, the bad side of this figure, this is a new figure with old figure engineering, so all of the flaws of older figures are here. Now, it is great that they do have the die-cast feet, but of course, without the plastic feet, the joints are more obvious, so you get lose a little. Another thing about him is certain joints feel looser than and more fragile than the more current figures. Swapping hands is actually quite scary because by pulling one of the hands out, the balls are a bit too big for the joint, so I do recommend either loosening the hands a little bit or sanding down the ball just a little bit on the peg, because instead of the ball popping out of the hand, the joint splits in two. Now, it didn't snap or break, thank God for that. That would have been really annoying, just like the wizard figure that I reviewed a long time ago, but it's something to be concerned about. Pushing a second hand onto the ball peg was also quite hard, trying to force it on. It's just far too tight. So some people recommend using like a hair dryer to weaken certain joints and stuff a little bit. You can try and do that. And of course, another issue with the older figures is the ease of the belts falling over. In fact, even up till Gaim we had belts and bits on belts that can fall out quite easily, and that's very frustrating, so that's also to be expected here. The accessory count is pretty good. Obviously I would have preferred if there was a phone in like maybe half folded mode, or I can actually fold the phones, but for the size that these things are, I do understand why they give us a few different phones and different poses instead of letting us do that. But the model kits, which are only slightly bigger, do have fully articulated phones, and they don't feel too fragile, so if they use a metal pin or something, I don't see why they couldn't do that. That's something they'll do. And in terms of hands, I do feel like that's lacking a little bit, because the item holding hand is made universal. It's made with a softer plastic, and each finger is molded individually. And that means you can stretch the hands just a little bit and quite easily. Unfortunately, the phone is a lot thicker than the handle of the sword, so if you put the phone in the hand, take the phone out, you stretch the plastic a little bit, and the sword in the hand becomes very loose. In the rotating video, you see my figure is holding the sword while rotating. That did require me just trying to push the hands, squeeze the hand into a fist, and to try to push the plastic back down so I can hopefully hold the sword a bit better. But even then, if I don't move him, he can hold the sword. But if you're someone who likes to play around with their figures and move them a lot, the sword will fall out a lot, as well as the belt falling out a lot, and it will get quite frustrating. And if you think about, say, using these guys for animation, you probably recommend using just a tiny bit of blue tack or something to make sure the sword or the belt is secure, or else they will keep falling out. Other than that, the rest of the joints are pretty secure, so yeah. This figure, for the price it's going for, quite high right now. The number of it being released is not too high. Because after all, this is definitely a popular character. The series was released quite a long time ago, and I'm not sure a lot of these are out, and the people who do want him have bought him. So stocks are quite rare at the moment, and I'm pretty sure that the price for this will keep going up. Just like Saiga went up to something like 700 something, I have no doubt in my mind this will reach 700, 800, 900, or even maybe not 1,000, but definitely up to 900. That's my guess. Probably wrong, maybe, but let's see about that. So if you do want this guy, do pick him up as fast as you can. The figure isn't bad at all, but including shipping, he's gonna be a pain to pay for him. So yeah, hurry up and consider him if you really want him. Don't wait too long. If you've enjoyed this video or found it useful at all, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button, or leaving a comment below on how you feel about this figure or any of the other Fires figures. And what are your hopes for the new version 2.0 of Fires that will be coming out? Technically it'd probably be 3.0 or something, because we had Fires and we had Glow in the Dark Fires, which is the same figure but just with slightly different paint, so it glows in the dark with the special light stage that it comes with, and also Fires that comes with Vanji, who also has the painted hand tips. So I guess that's version 2.0 or 3.0. So yeah, what are your thoughts on Fires 4.0? The real skeleton one that they'll eventually release. And where the hell is Kiva, for God's sake, based from? Anyway, yeah, so what are your thoughts on that? You can check out my other videos, hopefully without ad block. I would appreciate that a lot. You can check out my Facebook page or Flickr page. I'll be uploading photo shoots of this figure, as well as photos of the box art, as well as in the entire plastic tray of accessories. You can also check out Patreon. I appreciate that a lot. But most importantly, take care. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now. Open your eyes for the next spies.